Hey everybody, welcome to Intention Tuesday, and oh my, what a Tuesday it is. Um, I hope that you can hear me, and if you can't hear me, would somebody please ping me that's out there and tell me that you can't? I'd appreciate that, and then I'll stop and start again because it seems that um, I'm having trouble with um, Facebook and browsers and computers crashing, and Mercury's not retrograde anymore, so I'm hoping that it's going to be okay. So, uh, things things are so overwhelming that sometimes that it's hard to speak, and you get kind of that deer in the headlights thing where everything's so full. It's kind of like I was explaining to a friend of mine. It's like sometimes life gets like one of those. Thank you, folks. Sometimes life gets to be like one of those Chinese puzzles, that you used to have when you were a kid. That they'd be like a picture of an apple or a butterfly, and there would be just one square, and then you had to move 30 pieces until you eventually either um, got the puzzle right or used to do what I did, which is pop all the pieces out and then just reassemble them into a picture and then show my mom. But it seems that these days, you don't even feel that you have even a square to move that puzzle. It feels like the board is completely full. And that also reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember um, um, in Top Gun when that's how old I am, when Tom Cruise kept trying to land on the, kept buzzing the tower, and boy, this is obtuse. This is my an insight to my brain. And after at the end of the movie, when they're celebrating, and he's going to land on the carrier again, and he asks for permission to buzz the tower, and the tower on the carrier comes back and says, "Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full." And then he buzzes the tower anyway. Well, tonight I'm kind of giving everybody permission to buzz the tower despite the fact the pattern is full. So um, uh, this intention 33, casting out fear and worry, is a direct riff, a direct take, and homage to Dr. Bertice Berry, who has been doing a daily practice on the two pandemics that she talks about in our country, which isn't just uh, obviously COVID, but also racism. And if you should follow her. She will lift you up every day. But given the situation tonight and everybody's anxiety around especially around the election, today's intention is about casting out fear and worry. We are in a state of constant worry, fear, and anxiety, and we spread that worry and anxiety in tweets, Facebook posts, in email, and in messaging. I'm so worried about this. I'm so agitated about that. I'm so afraid of this. And when we do this, though it may make us feel better, we tend to spread the worry, spread the panic, and reinforce that messaging. The question is, what do we do to stop the worrying and the anxiety? And there's a Bible passage from John, and I'm a recovering Catholic. I've mentioned that before, but sacred text is sacred text. Perfect love casts out fear. She used to ask her mom, when you worry, Mom, what do you do? And and her mom would tell her, I do things. I remind myself how grateful I am. I don't I don't put my meditation and my effort into worry. I don't put my prayer into worry. I don't worry God. I think about the things that I'm grateful for. I do things I can do with all the love that I have for the people that I love, or even people I don't love. So perfect love, says Dr. Berry, is not like perfect. It's unconditional love. It's doing things for love for people that you love, or just doing things in love for people without expecting anything in return. That's perfect love. So what we're saying is, when you are worried, focus on your acts of love. Put love into your cooking. cut your neighbor's grass. I have a friend in a tiny village in England who every day she or her partner get up and get a paper and coffee for people, elderly people who are shutting in COVID. With COVID, every day they go and do that, and that's an act of love. That's a positive statement of love in a time of panic and worry. I know many of us may feel that we have never received conditional love, or that we can't define unconditional love. It seems an impossible concept, but I know that we can and we do give it. So for times like this, times of extreme worry, times of extreme stress, stay away from the things that stress you. At least stay away from them first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. Focus on the things that you love. Focus on the things that you can do. Focus on the things that you have gratitude for. Focus on the things that make you happy, at least for part of the day, so that you can lift yourself up and you can focus on the love and the positive aspects and all the things that you can do to make your life better. And when we say cliche things like we are the ones that we've been waiting for, you are the one who has to lift yourself up. No matter if there's a pandemic, no matter who the president is, no matter how bad politics or the situation are, you must lift yourself up and lift the people that you love up, or lift a stranger up. Because if you're not out there trying to make it better in some way, then what are you doing? So when you're overwhelmed with fear and anxiety, with worry, return to acts of love, no matter how small. Smiling at a stranger, gotta be with your eyes because you're in a mask. Helping somebody at the store, telling people how great they are, telling people how you feel about them, putting love into your cooking, doing things for people that they can't do for themselves, or at least when you're around your family and your friends with the intention of love. I'm not saying that you can't complain, and I'm not saying that you can't make fun. I'm simply saying don't let yourself be consumed by worry, and don't fill your days with things that make that worry and that fear and that anger worse. You may not have control over the world or world events, but you do have control over how you react and what you make of the situation. And you can help take yourself out of that worry. When we practice, as Kim said this morning, and we've been getting ready, and we've been talking about that practice for 32 weeks. When you practice, hold yourself in a space of love. And when you create your sacred space like I do, and I start like that, making that circle and that open, you are invoking love. You're invoking that samyana, that heart space where you connect heart with your heart to the people around you, with your heart to your client on the table, or with your heart into the field, into this field that we share. Hold yourself in that space of love. When you're overwhelmed, breathe in and out of that space breathe in and out in that space of love and take yourself there. So our mantra tonight is, when overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. I choose to show my love for others and myself. And sometimes showing love for myself is turning off the TV. Sometimes showing love for myself is saying, I've had enough today. I've had enough today, and I'll try again tomorrow. And here are the things that I'm grateful for no matter what happens. So as always, I'm going to play some music, about 10 minutes worth of birds tweeting and water running. And there'll be a little talk mark, a little wood talk mark at the 2-minute mark. And I'll bring you back to the intention. And I want you to sit in a comfortable place. Take your mind off the things that are swirling all around you, and just focus on your heart space. Focus on that space inside yourself where peace and love reside, that place of healing and knowing. Connect to that. Hold your body like a mountain, your breath like the wind, your mind like the sky. And I'll explain that if just for a second. In Chinese medicine, there's this mythical mountain called Kunlun Mountain, and it holds the five spirits. And someday I'll do an intention more on that. But the five spirits correspond from the heaven element in your crown all the way down below the earth element, where your where all of the where the jur lives, where all of the water and the metals and the live, and then in between there's a place where there's vegetation on the mountain, and then up high in the top there are the trees that pull the spirit down in the mountain. So this living mountain is your body like a mountain, breath like the wind, free and easy, swirling around the mountain, mind like the sky. Just those clouds floating across, but wide open and connected to the heavens. So, as we begin, take a deep breath. Find your hands and feet. Close your eyes if you like. When overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. And we are holding each other in love tonight in sacred space, in the collective. And we are letting go our worry and our anxiety, at least for 10 minutes right now, as we breathe in love and breathe out stress. When overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. I focus on things that I can change in love and with love. Deep, even breaths. Filling our hearts and minds with that love. Thank you for being here, everybody. When overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. Once again, deep, even breaths, pulling in that love from the field, that divine love that we carry. Breathing out all that tension and that fear and that worry. Grounding ourselves in love, holding ourselves in love. When overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. We may not have control over world events, but we have control over how we react. We hold ourselves in our practice in love. Breathing in the love. Breathing out the fear. When overcome with worry and fear, I return to love. I choose to show my love for others and myself. as we wind down this very fast 10 minutes of connecting in love. Breathing deeply into our heart space. Connected to our brothers and sisters in the field. Moving maybe a little more easily, a little more gracefully. So welcome back. If you got to travel a little bit, good for you. This taking time to drop into your heart space and feel the sum and the love of the field. If you can spend 5 minutes in the morning doing this and 5 minutes at night doing it, it can really help calm, settle. If you can get into the practice of, and we talk about it all the time with a lot of different emotions. For me, it's usually peace. But that's a powerful thing for me, and love may be more powerful for you. But if we focus on the love, if we focus on the heart chakra, if we focus on this greater connection of mind and heart, and even making a big heart while you breathe, breathing in, breathing out, that concept of that expanded heart, breathing in, breathing out. It can really settle and ground you and remind you that we are heart creatures with heart and mind connected. Not just this sky full of clouds and worry. And so, my friends, that brings us to the end of another Intention Tuesday, 33 weeks in. We thought we'd try it for 4 and see what happened. And as always, it's a pleasure and an honor and a privilege to be able to be here and do this. And Kristen, Kim, and I are just humbled and honored. And we might be expanding the program a little bit, and we'll be talking about that. But until then, and until next week, hold yourselves, hold each other with love and grace and peace. And remember, it's these small acts of love that you show yourself and that you show others that'll keep you present and keep things calm. So, with much love and light, we'll see you next week. Keep working on your breath, keep practicing, and take care.